Last night, played Philadelphia at home. We're up 13 in the third quarter, ended up losing by 9. JB Bickerstaff talked about what happened in that fourth quarter, as well as kind of a controversial call that was against Joel Embiid. Would have fouled him out. They reversed the offensive foul call and allowed him to play. Here is JB Bickerstaff.
I thought we did a good job, but we didn't close possessions. Gave up 5 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter. It seemed like, to the eye, they made you pay every single time. When you're playing a team, that's made up the way they are, you do a great job and get a stop. You can't give them an extra look at it. I thought that happened too often.
What did you see from Evan tonight, just the way that he was able to battle against him?
He drew a hell of a charge to get Embiid his 6th foul. He did a hell of a job. It's clear as day that's a charge. There's no doubt about it. The call was made on the floor. He stands in between him and the basket. They lower the shoulder. I thought Evan competed, laid it all out on the line. Guys ought to be rewarded for that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're willing to stick your nose in there, sacrifice your body, you ought to be rewarded for the correct play.
Let's welcome in Chris Fedor, Cavs beat reporter, plain dealer, cleveland.com. Cavs, Chris, I can't argue with anything that JB just said. Those are the kind of things that happen in playoff games and games against, really intense teams that are close.
Yeah, Dave, and I think it's something that the Cavs are going to learn from and they're going to benefit from, and we've talked about it throughout the course of the year. This is a year of firsts for a lot of these guys. It's a year of firsts for JB Bickerstaff. Like, he's never been a head coach of this kind of team with these kinds of expectations. And for Darius Garland, for Evan Mobley, for Isaac Okoro, and a lot of these younger guys, they're going through these kinds of moments. March games, they have obviously stakes that are higher than what they're used to. A really, really good opponent that has been surging up the standings. A team that could finish second in the Eastern Conference based on the way that they have been playing lately and based on the way that Boston has kind of fallen back lately. So these are the kinds of moments that are going to be really, really important for the Cavs moving forward. And I don't think you can only get caught up in just what the win-loss result is and what the final score shows. The Cavs did a lot of really good things last night against the 76ers, playing the second game of a back-to-back following 9 days away from Cleveland. And it shows a lot of growth and a lot of maturity. And even though they didn't come up with enough plays down the stretch against Philadelphia, I thought overall, given all the circumstances surrounding that game, including playing without Jarrett Allen, their all-star caliber center, the guy who probably would have taken that matchup against Joel Embiid a little bit better than somebody like Evan Mobley, I thought the Cavs played well and handled themselves and showed why they're a legitimate contender in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, it's hard to argue, and that's kind of the point to be made is Joel Embiid is an MVP candidate, probably the winner of it for a reason. And playing without Jarrett Allen, that's going to be tough. And I know you tweeted out earlier that Allen's already listed as out for tomorrow's game against the Wizards.